Hello, and welcome to the Minecraft Severance Program.
The what now?
You've elected to have your consciousness split in half.
No, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that.
And over the next 100 days, you and your other half will take turns playing in one Minecraft world, all while sharing a body.
That sounds terrifying.
Sounds fun, right? You've each been given a task you need the other person to complete before time is up. But remember, communication between you and your other half is strictly prohibited.
Wait, how will I know what to do?
Remember, the work you do here is both mysterious and important. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, what the heck is going on?
Perfect. Let's get started.
Okay, it's day 10. I have a raw salmon, a spyglass, and a pottery shard. Interesting. What is this? What? These mean something, and somebody is trying to communicate with me. Directly in front of me was an incomplete ruined portal, perhaps suggesting that I have to do something in the nether. For now, though, I just had to get my bearings, so I set off exploring into the frozen wasteland ahead of me. I am so ultra confused, it's actually crazy. Right away, I noticed a shipwreck that, much to my disappointment, was already looted, so I continued traversing the floating icebergs, heading towards some actual land in the distance. Whoever was here so graciously left me no food, so I immediately started killing some animals and smelting a few pieces of meat just to kind of keep my hunger in check. I kept on exploring, making my way into a massive cave opening to grab just a little bit of iron and some flint, before emerging and stumbling onto an igloo that unfortunately did not have a basement. Dang it, okay, it's a bad one. Thanks to my flint and steel, I grabbed some more food and set off ice boating towards an open grassy area in the distance. Honestly, it just kinda felt good to be out of the snow for at least a second. By now it was nightfall, so I killed some creepers before stumbling into a swamp biome. I took just a moment to search for any slimes that might have spawned. With the rain though, unfortunately there was like no way of knowing what moon phase I was in, so I ultimately found nothing. You see, before agreeing to this experience, I was given very specific instructions of a task that I need this other person to complete, but the catch is that I can only communicate to them via in-game clues. And a slime ball, well, that's probably gonna come in handy later. I killed more creepers before continuing across the frozen ocean. You see, not only am I completely lost, but I don't even remember where I loaded into the world. I did find a second shipwreck that was unlooted, so I managed to get my hands on some iron, which was very, very needed. I killed even more creepers, by now realizing that I could actually land 2 axe crits and kill them before they explode, just as long as I was quick with it. And even better yet, the snow had finally come to a stop. With my newfound vision, I almost immediately noticed a shipwreck tucked into an iceberg. Hey, what is this? That looked a little more home-like than it should. And sure enough, somebody had set up camp here, so I decided I might as well do the same. Oh, look at this. Oh, I found our base, you guys. I'm taking all this with me. I explored a little bit more of the surrounding area, and before long bumped back into the place where I loaded into the world. Oh, okay, we're back. And I kept thinking of those 3 items: a salmon, a spyglass, and a pottery shard. What do they mean, man? Why is there a bed here? Is he just being nice? Or am I supposed to go blow up the nether and get netherite? I am gonna take matters into my own melon hands. On the morning of day 11, I kept on exploring the world, and before long noticed a village on the horizon. Before heading there though, I took a deep dive in the ocean to grab some more raw salmon, just with the idea that maybe I'm supposed to use this to tame a cat. If you can't tell, I was completely grasping at straws here. Weirdly enough, this village was catless, it seemed. Okay, am I tripping? Why are there no cats in this village? So I stole some potatoes and made my way back to base. Completely lost on what I'm supposed to do, I decided to spend my time planting clues of my own into this world. You see, the other day I received instruction that over the next 100 days I have to somehow get my companion to complete subspace bubble, which requires you to travel 7,000 blocks in the overworld via the nether. But the catch is they have to do it with a pink sheep at their side. Now, without being able to verbally communicate or leave signs, I have to get a little bit more creative. Step 1 involves simply letting them know they need to have a pink sheep, so I began digging out a large staircase in the back of our base that will hopefully lead them along to the clue. Speaking of clue, the first actual clue will come in the form of a painting. So after venturing out to shear some sheep, noticing a lava pool, picking a fight with a polar bear that I definitely thought was a sheep, oh that was dumb, and crafting the paintings, I started installing a very specific 1x1 painting of this red poppy. I'm hoping that this will communicate the red dye part of getting the pink sheep, but who knows. It's not exactly subtle. Do you guys think that he'll get the vibe that he needs to do something with red dye? At the bottom of the staircase, I installed the classic hollow painting trick into a secret room, which I hoped would be obvious enough. Inside here would be clue number 2, but before doing that, I wanted to actually decorate the place, kind of ominously in fact, and I thought that crying obsidian would be a great block to use. So I set back off towards that lava pool I just found, killing some animals for more food along the way, before making a portal into the nether. I spawned into a crimson forest, which is not a very safe place to be, but after just a little bit of exploring, I noticed exactly what I was after, a bastion. If I played my cards right and didn't die a terrible death, this would have all the crying obsidian I would need. I also noticed that it was a bridge bastion, so after dealing with a couple of pesky brutes, I grabbed the lodestone from this chest because it's the only chest that has it in the game. And thanks to Aghast, my plans of tactically looting the bastion came to a screeching halt, so I just got out my bow and disposed of everything in sight. Inside the chest, I managed to find a bunch of golden carrots, an armor trim, even a pig step disc, but unfortunately no crying obsidian. Luckily, there was a much better way to get crying obsidian from these structures, so I made my way to the real prize and mined the gold chalice. Thanks to my somewhat limited but also kind of real speedrunning knowledge, I was able to corral a few piglins into a trading hole, and before long I had my hands on 16 crying obby, as well as a bunch of other useful items like ender pearls and fire res potions, a bunch of good stuff. Also, on the way home, I did use that spyglass I was given to look at Aghast in the event that was relevant, probably not, and also mined up a bunch of quartz to get a little bit more XP. I made it back to base on the morning of day 14 and started decorating the secret room with just a mix of blackstone and what little crying obby I had. Inside this room, I planned to have a map which would send whoever I'm working with on an adventure to find another clue. With no redstone for a compass yet to my name, I set off in search of a cave to find some. On the way down, I stumbled onto a pretty cool looking skeleton spawner, which I was actually pretty excited about. Hey guys, how are we doing? What an interesting find. Oh, this could be an XP farm, actually. Or not. I also found a spider spawner with golden apples and another music disc before getting mauled by some babies. That's a weird sentence, mauled by some babies. I found a bunch of diamonds, tried MLGing with a lava bucket for science, it failed, and eventually found some redstone before heading back home. I really wanted the map to be pretty large, so after expanding its scale a few times in the cartography table, I set off to fill in the entire area. Honestly, as much as this was helpful for whoever I'm working with, it was also kind of a reason for me to go out and see the world and understand what is actually around me. Along the way, I stumbled onto some unfamiliar to me, but definitely man-made landmarks that were kind of oddly comforting, but also very weird considering I don't know who did this. And before long, I found a small island sitting on the opposite corner of the map to our base, and I knew this would be a great place to plant my next clue. This one being an actual live sheep. Luckily for me, there was one nearby, and after putting that sucker in a boat and digging a small hole for it, I filled back in the terrain to make it look natural, minus a single trapdoor, which I hoped would be obvious enough to see. Inside the sheep hole, yes, I'm calling it the sheep hole, I placed some wooden slabs in the shape of a composter, as well as gathered a stack of kelp. The idea I had is that they would craft a composter and then use this kelp to get bone meal, and then use that bone meal to get white dye. That, with the red dye, would hopefully lead them to the pink dye. Basically, if they managed to get a pink sheep from all of this, then I did my job. I also took a moment to grab some rose bushes from a nearby island and planted those on the surface as well, just as a further indicator of the red dye they're gonna need. And by the end of day 15, I was back at base and had finally filled in the outside edges of the map. It's pretty big, honestly. Midway through day 16, the entire map was filled in. Now I just had to test it. I also adopted a dog on the way home and gave him a pretty precarious name, which also does serve as a clue, although I don't think it'll be very helpful. Yeah. Bubbly. I think that works. Doesn't really give much away, but it's kind of, you know, alluding to what we need to be doing. I was thinking of a classic like red X marks the spot. So after grabbing some netherrack and making my way back to the sheep hole, I began working on that. What I failed to realize, however, was that a map of this size needs an 8x8 area of blocks to have anything show up even as a single pixel. So I needed a new way to get my companion over here. On day 17, I scrapped the map idea completely and decided to just instead plant a long trail of rose bushes leading them to the sheep. I was a little bummed about this, not gonna lie, but that way I could simply replace the map in the secret room with a rose bush, which I think was an obvious enough clue. Is that too obvious? I don't know. I don't know, but we're gonna do it. On day 18, I grabbed those salmon that I fished from the ocean earlier and set off in search of yet another village. Before long, I ran into a plains village pretty far into the distance, and luckily, I managed to find a cat here. Like I said, I have no idea if this is actually relevant to what I'm supposed to be doing, but honestly, it was just nice to not be totally alone. Also, look at how cute this thing is. It's so freaking cute, dude. On the way home, I grabbed some pumpkins, completely missing a naturally spawning pink sheep on the hill. I guess I thought it was a pig, I don't know. And then proceeded to spend that night making some base improvements, mostly in the form of a proper sugarcane farm. I'm hoping that we get an elytra soon because honestly, it's gonna make traveling and quite frankly, doing anything in this video so much easier. I had a feeling that there wasn't much time before I would be evicted from the world, so I began digging out a place for an enchanting table on day 19. Unfortunately, I only had enough leather for a few bookshelves, but hopefully my other half can fill this in a little bit more whenever they take over. Even though I don't know anything about them, I like to imagine that we're working together in this weird simulation. I added a nice staircase up to the enchanting area and did a little bit of decorating before crafting a full set of diamond armor. By now, I could definitely tell that my first shift in this really weird and confusing Minecraft world was coming to an end, so I just put everything away in a barrel and proceeded to simply watch the sunset. I have no idea what's going to happen over the course of these 100 days, but for now, I was just relieved to be getting a break from all of this chaos. To give my companion a fighting chance, I made sure to align myself in front of the newly installed staircase and then proceeded to log off on the morning of day 20. In what I can only describe felt like an instant, I logged back on 10 days later to find a pretty normal looking inventory, minus a piercing crossbow, which I did find pretty interesting. Perhaps my other half is trying to tell me that I need to go for the arbalistic advancement by killing 5 unique mobs with a single crossbow shot. Upstairs, I'd happily noticed that the enchanting table was complete, which will make our life much easier going forward. It's nice to know that despite the intense confusion, we are definitely at least working as a team here, at least a little bit. Things got even weirder when I headed outside to run into a gigantic floating gas structure, as well as an ominous bottle and a lodestone compass. Maybe those were directing me to a trial chamber. Oh my gosh, okay, I feel like there's like stuff to explore here. Let's just take today and see what's going on. What is up in here? Is there anything specific in here? Oh, whoa, oh my gosh, there's a chest, Obsidian and a fishing rod. Okay, clearly we need to bring this boy to the overworld. I think we have to do arbalistic. I think we have to do that with a gas, which is very terrifying to think about. I don't like that. I see we have some more base expansions. We expanded the sugarcane farm. Okay, we have sheep. Oh, okay. Maybe he got the hint about the sheep. What the heck is this? Oh, snow golem. I'll worry about that later. For now, though, I noticed some isolated sheep in the distance, so I went to investigate. Oh, I think he's asking, is it a pink sheep or a red sheep? We're gonna give him his answer. Bye. You're dead. I'll come visit you later. I have a plan for you. Fully aware of just how annoying it is to bring a gas to the overworld, I immediately got to work building a fresh portal inside of the gas head and heading off to the nether. Crimson forests are not great for gas spawning, but luckily for us, we are not far from a soul sand valley, which is like the prime real estate for gas spawning. Okay, I'm making an executive decision. I'm gonna beat the game. It just needs to happen, I think. If I have to do arbalistic with a gas, I need an elytra. That's just a fact. It just needs to happen. Using a little bit of speedrunner technology with the in-game pie chart. Okay, it's 11 chunks away, the fortress. I was able to locate a blaze spawner not too far from spawn, and after searching around for a bit, I stumbled my way into the fortress. Oh, I found it. Okay, we're here. I made sure to get more blaze rods than the 6 that you actually need, just to account for eyes breaking. And speaking of eyes, I knew we had ender pearls somewhere, so I headed home to search for them. Oh, here they are. Okay. He already got the blaze rods. I'm so silly. Makes sense though, considering my other half has already started a netherwart farm. I should have realized that. Either way though, I went back to the nether to kill a few stray endermen for their pearls, and sheared a bunch of sheep for exploding beds, before making my eyes vendor and heading out to the stronghold. All right, we're off. Let's go find the stronghold. I also couldn't help but notice the lingering potion of healing in my inventory. Honestly, I don't know what this would be used for, but just in case I was supposed to make these, I stopped on the way to the stronghold to smelt some glass bottles, which I could use to get dragon's breath during the end fight. Before long, I found my way into the stronghold. I think it's this chunk. Let's go, we're in, baby. And almost instantly ran into the portal room, which was really good. Oh, I found it. That was easy. All right, as I suspected, we are one ender pearl short. I did not get lucky. It's okay, we can still find the ender pearl in these chests though. So I spent the remainder of day 32 searching the entire stronghold far and wide, trying to find a singular pearl inside of all of the various loot chests. I can't find an ender pearl. Let's just go find ender pearls a different way. I began heading back home through the nether, trying to see if endermen would spawn along the way. I just need one singular enderman. Please. And after having no luck, I ended up finding one back in the overworld near spawn that night. Come here, buddy. Please be my savior. Let's go. Despite a little bit of time loss here, I was still making pretty good pace to get my hands on an elytra pretty quickly here. So I wasted no time heading back to the stronghold and entering the end. It's already perching. I have to wait. I need dragon's breath. It's going again. No, I gotta wait. I gotta wait. I need dragon's breath. That's what I said I need. I'm gonna get it. Please shoot at me. There we go. Now you can do that thing that you did 2 times already that I didn't want you to do. There we go. Okay, phase 1 is complete. We beat the game. Now we gotta go find an elytra. Using the gunpowder and paper that I brought with me, I crafted as many rockets as possible and set off into the outer end. All right, we are here. Oh, there's a ship. There's a ship right here. Let's go. Oh my gosh, luck is on our side. Luck is on our side, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, dude. Slowly, I worked my way through the city from the bottom up, killing shulkers along the way. Boom, there's a shulker box too. And before long, I made my way over to the ship. Oh, that was closer than I wanted it to be. With my hands on the elytra wings, I took a moment to be greedy and fly around in the event that I could actually find a second elytra or some more good loot. I did manage to find a very small end city that had an efficiency 4 pickaxe, but nothing else really beyond that, and I didn't really feel like testing my luck, so I flew back to the end gateway and made my way to the main end island. And before heading home, I made sure to grab the dragon egg just as a small flex. That side quest of getting an elytra took 4 in-game days, which I think was totally worth it considering how much it's going to help with everything going forward. I wasn't out of the woods quite yet though, because durability was still a major concern with the wings, and after a very annoying 1,000 block trek home via foot, I set off on day 35 to the nearby village to bother some librarians into giving me a mending book trade. At least your buddy's in the hole with you, that's nice, you're not alone. Mending, oh my gosh, we just got it, let's go. Immediately, I put those levels from the dragon fight to good use and started rolling book trades looking for a looting sword. Looting 2, I will take. The only way this elytra is worth a damn is if we have access to a lot of rockets. And this looting 2 sharp 3 sword that I managed to get was a perfect mid-game creeper slayer. I also combined pickaxes to get efficiency 5, which probably isn't necessary, but it's nice to have either way. Now it was back to Operation Ghast Collection. So I gathered a bunch of obsidian from a nearby lava pool, as well as made a minecart and a bunch of rails. That evening, I also noticed a few slimes finally spawning in the swamp. Ooh, slimes, we have slimes. Okay, this is good, this is what I wanted. Which meant that I could make a few leads, which would really come in handy for something later. How did this get here? Did this just spawn? Oh wow, that's actually really funny if it did. Unable to procrastinate any longer, I set off to the nether and immediately noticed a ghast in a pretty level spot of terrain. So in a panic, I set up another portal and lit it, hoping that I could get this to work really quickly. I know their hitbox is pretty big, so on the overworld side, I expanded the portal to be much larger, and then got to work building a large holding cell to enclose them once they come through. All right, let's try and get a ghast to the overworld. I don't know how this is gonna go. No! New plan, new plan, new plan. Ghasts will spawn much more frequently here, so in theory it would be easier to fish one into the minecart and then just push it on this railway over to the nether. I spent pretty much the entirety of day 36 trying to get a ghast to spawn close to this minecart track, and even when they did, getting them hooked in the fishing rod and then into position was proving nearly impossible. Unfortunately, there was just way too much open space for them to fly around and make my life a living hell. It's just not gonna work. I need a better plan. It turns out that completing this part of the challenge was going to be much more complex than I had initially hoped. So for now, I got to work building an enclosed box around the minecart. I know that getting a ghast to spawn inside of this actual box is pretty much impossible, but the idea was that I would at least use this as a way to communicate to my other half what I'm trying to do. I just need a way to tell him that I'm trying to get a ghast to the overworld. I need him to know that I think I know what he wants me to do. Okay, this arrow tells him to go this way. Now I only have like 2 days left to give him clues. I gotta give him clues still too for what I need him to do. I also can't help but think I should probably spawn in this snow golem too. My other self did a really great job getting the pink sheep from last time, so I pretty much just plan to build off of that. So what I think I want him to do, because I need him to do subspace bubble, but I think it'd be cool if he starts at 0, or wherever the heck spawn is. I'm gonna put this chest right here. Actually, I'll give him a shulker even. I want to give him a lead, a boat, and then lastly a compass. I want to break all of the beds. It should point him to spawn. After heading back to spawn and building a portal, I set up a pen with fences inside of the nether. I want him, the next time I log on, I want the pink sheep to be right here. And I think that's all we're gonna give him for now. I want to spoon feed him, slowly spoon feed him directions to keep us on track. I also sheared that wild pink sheep for some carpets and then used them as another indicator that they need to bring the pink sheep here. The rest of that night was simply spent collecting a bunch of gunpowder so I could give them a bunch of rockets for their next task. Oh, I got a disc. Yo, what the heck? That's cool. Like, I think that's relatively easy what I'm asking him to do, which is good because that means he'll have more time to tell me what to do because I am confused, bro. I am a confused melon man. With only one more day left before losing the world yet again, I took the opportunity to add more base expansions. At this point, all of our storage was limited to 2 very messy double chests, which was really bothering me. So I began digging out a small basement that would serve as at least a somewhat organized storage room. Most of that day was just spent moving items back and forth, which was really boring, but still felt very necessary to kind of declutter my mind a little bit. All right, I think lastly, we're gonna take off the elytra and we're gonna put on the chest plate, but you'll see we have the elytra and I'll put all the rockets in here too. All right, I'll see you guys in 10 days. Surprise, surprise, it was now day 50, and I was immediately greeted with a nice tower of pink wool in a shulker box waiting for me. The contents, however, were already confusing me. So is he asking what dimension the pink sheep has to go to? I don't understand. I took a brief moment to check the nether in the event there was anything new for me there, and found nothing of note. I did see that my elytra had Unbreaking 3 now though, so at least my other half was looking out for me. Back in the overworld, I did see a trail of peonies, similar to the rose bushes that I had left from before, so I began following them. They seemed to lead up to this mountaintop and then just stop, so I cleared out an area below, digging all the way down to bedrock, just trying to search for something, anything of note in the area, but I couldn't find a single thing. Very weird. I also once again noticed that ominous bottle and the lodestone compass from before. I had completely forgot about those, so I grabbed the compass and began following it. Sure enough, it led me over to that large cobblestone pillar I had stumbled on before, and upon searching below, I found it not only leads into a cave, but actually a trial chamber. I thought back to day 10, my very first moment in the world where there was a pottery sherd in my inventory, and upon a little bit of research, that pottery sherd can only be obtained from a trial chamber. So I figured this place was at least somewhat significant. I was also fairly certain that my overarching task required me to do something with various different mobs, and the only unique mob here in the trial chambers, as far as I know, was a breeze. So I captured one in a boat for later use before continuing to search the place for clues. It had been a really long time since I looted one of these places, and it was quite hard to discern what was natural generation versus what was actually important for me to take note of. Like, I'm pretty sure that these didn't used to have hoppers in them. Slowly but surely, I made my way through the place with Trial Omen, collecting the ominous keys and looting the vaults as I could, getting my hands on a Windburst book as well as a couple of god apples. I also ran into a seemingly normal spiral staircase segment, nothing new for me, so I did my usual strat of jumping down the middle and water bucket clutching at the bottom. What? How did this get here? There's a dripstone trap? Who put this here, bro? Back home in a scramble, I made a few backup tools, grabbed some food and makeshift armor, and hustled back to the trial chamber. Luckily for me, finding my way back wasn't too bad, and before long I had all of my stuff back in my possession, but I couldn't help but think that this was a trap that was set up by my other self. Back home, I also noticed this shulker box with everything inside needed to zombify and cure a villager. I really wasn't sure if this is important or just kind of helpful to have. For now though, it was back to Operation Get a Gas to the overworld, and I had an idea for a far more robust system to make that happen. I grabbed a few ender pearls and some ladders and set off to the nether because that's right baby, I was headed to the nether roof. After digging around in the ceiling for a bit, I found a piece of bedrock at Y level 127, built some ladders up, and pearled my way through. This, believe it or not, was a huge step forward. You see, mobs can't spawn spawn on bedrock, so this platform that I was currently building would force all of the gas spawns to be directly on top of it. I also built a very large nether portal, hoping that it would link up to the one I built last time, but I had no luck. Back home, I spent most of day 52 collecting more iron since I had none to my name. That way I could make a proper railway transport system for the ghasts. The more that this process is automated, the better as far as I could see. And by day 53, I had a proper railway leading all the way from the spawn platform over to that newly linked nether portal with the ghast holding cell on the other side. On the overworld side, I also ran into this chest with even more clues inside. Honestly, these were proving more stressful than helpful. It seems like my other half has a brain that works a little bit differently than my own. Step 1, spruce wood. Step 2, look at ghast. Step 3, kill ghast? Like, what does this mean, man? I have no idea. Despite the confusion, I do think that pretty much confirmed that I had to do something with a ghast, so I got to work building an AFK spot above the spawning platform and waiting. There really isn't a good way to ensure a ghast will spawn here other than just waiting and getting lucky. By day 54, I was still waiting for a big white blob to appear, and to make things just a little more efficient, I added some ladders leading up to a slightly taller platform at world height. That way, whenever something spawned in that I didn't want, like an enderman or a skeleton, I could simply head up the ladders and then they would instantly despawn. After a little while of heading up and down the ladder, I finally had what I was looking for. The good news for me is that ghasts are completely harmless as long as they can't see me, so very carefully I installed some rails up next to it, placed down a minecart, and then got my fishing rod ready. From there, I just had to very quickly hook the ghast with the fishing rod, pull it towards me, and before long it was stuck inside of the minecart. The hard part was now done. All I had to do now was put down a furnace minecart, give it a little bit of fuel, and before long I had a ghast safe and sound in the overworld. I just had to figure out what the hell to do with it. That night I had the idea to ask my companion a question. Okay, so assuming that I have to do arbalistic, which I think I do, I have the crossbow here pointing into the ghast and then a breeze, and if I'm on the right track, maybe they can fill in more of the blanks for me. I don't know. I'm kind of just hoping they'll be nice to me. All right, for now though, I guess I'll just head home and then go get the breezes brought over here. I just started a raid. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. I'm just gonna gaslight the villagers into telling them there's not a raid going on. Like most of my problems in life, I will solve this by simply avoiding. Back in the trial chamber, I made a new nether portal near the breezes and connected it directly to the nether ceiling. Moving these guys is a massive pain in the butt, but this made it so much more tolerable. The bad news is that my main nether portal now had a ghast waiting for me on the other side though, so I had to use the other portal instead. And after a full night of flying around like a lunatic with these breezes shooting at me, dude, I finally had them in position near the ghast area as well. On the morning of day 56, I flew home with only 3 measly rockets and 3 pork chops to my name, so I farmed some flint to make a few flint and steels and set off to collect some free-range pork. Taking these moments to restock us on the necessities is really important, that way we can stay focused on our main tasks at hand. I also grabbed some obsidian while I was out because, let's face it, I have been building a lot of nether portals, and before long, night was upon me. After an entire night of slaying creepers and slaughtering hogs, I had 49 pork chops and over 2 stacks of rockets by the morning of day 57. Okay, so I'm running out of time again before I get kicked off the world, so I should probably check the status of Operation Pink Sheep in the Nether. If my clues from last time were effective, there should be a pink sheep here. And yes, okay, awesome. Dude, they are doing so good. Now, if I actually get them to move this guy 7,000 blocks, I really need them to know that they've succeeded for this whole thing to work. And I like the idea of building a kind of pink sheep sanctuary really far from home, something that would not naturally spawn, basically. So I took off from spawn on an adventure out 7,000 blocks away until I found the perfect location. Okay, so we're definitely far enough from home. So now I'm gonna start making a sheep pen, collecting as many of these bad boys as I can, and dyeing them all pink. If they manage to get the sheep over here, it should be really obvious that it needs to go in this pen. From there, I installed another portal, made the 900 block journey back to spawn via the nether, and then then proceeded to plant a trail of pink carpets connecting from the single sheep all the way over to the sanctuary. I didn't want it to be too obvious though, so I made sure to space the carpets out pretty far from one another. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if they would notice this pathway, but quite frankly, they were doing really good on time, so I felt like I could challenge them just a little bit. I also feel like having them stumble onto a pre-lit nether portal is a little bit too obvious and kind of weird, but I have an idea. So firstly, if I replace the obsidian with black stone, it kind of gives the essence of a portal without there actually being a portal here, and then I can take the actual obby they need for the portal and scatter it around this relative area, sort of like a scavenger hunt. That way, once they find it all, they can actually build the portal themselves. I noticed that my armor had taken quite the beating from trial chamber looting earlier, so I decided to spend all of day 59 underwater cave spelunking for as many diamonds as my melon hands could find. This is great because large diamond veins spawn in areas exposed to no air, of which underwater just so happens to be. The not great part was that without a Respiration 3 helmet, I had to almost be constantly placing down a door or frantically searching for a magma block just to breathe for a second. Also, this happened. Yeah, that would have sucked, huh? Overall, I managed to get 23 diamonds from this caving escapade, which was more than enough to replenish the diamond armor that I had lost earlier. By now, I also noticed that those peonies from before did actually continue on further, so I followed them along, and I was starting to get kind of worried. I was basically 60% done with this weird, wacky, simulated Minecraft experience, and I couldn't help but wonder just how many clues I had misinterpreted or even straight up missed at this point. Was I even on the right track? Is there any way I would actually finish this in time? What am I even supposed to be doing in the first place? Luckily for me though, the peonies just led me back to the ghast area, so I logged off on day 60 with more questions than ever, but feeling just a little bit hopeful. I was thrown back in the world on the evening of day 69, a little earlier than I expected, but with how much I have to do still, I was not about to complain about having more time on my hands. Directly in front of me were 3 pink sheep on different platforms, presumably representing each of the 3 dimensions. Okay, so it looks like my other self wants a little bit of clarification as for which sheep they need. I can happily give them that answer. There was also a shulker full of some pretty good end city loot. It seems as though they were pretty busy in the last 10 days. I also noticed this beautiful looking observation tower on top of a nearby iceberg. Wait, no, this is so cool. They built this. There's got to be something inside here, right? Okay, just a chest. That's odd. Right away, I took off following the trail of peonies back to the ghast area. I left them a bunch of unanswered questions that I was hoping for more clarification on. Okay, so it looks like the breezes are nowhere to be seen, which is good. That's a good thing because honestly, I did not enjoy working with those guys. The gas is still here though, so I was right about that it seems. The item frame setup that I had built for them was replaced with a far simpler set of instructions. Spyglass, ghast tier, sword, ghast tier. Okay, so I think this is saying like I need to kill a ghast through a ghast or a ghast needs to kill a ghast. I don't know. Before I could really think about this though, I had to first get more food, except this time I set off to the Crimson Forest to kill hoglins since the overworld pork population was running pretty scarce. I wonder why. Okay, so they built that lookout tower and there's also a spyglass that's like somehow important. Maybe I need to look at a ghast from inside that tower. Honestly, it wasn't much, but I thought perhaps that getting a ghast inside of the actual structure here in the overworld would bring me more on the right track. So on day 71, I got straight to work breaking down and relinking the portal inside of the ghast structure to connect it directly to the nether roof. This was going to make transport a million times easier. Unfortunately though, I ran out of rails while connecting a long line over to the spawning platform, so I had to take a pit stop into the caves to get more iron. With how much time I've been spending mining by hand, it really would have been faster just to build a basic iron farm earlier on in this challenge, but it's really too late for that now. I just gotta keep pushing. While I was waiting for all of that newly collected iron to smelt that evening, I flew around slaughtering as many creepers as I possibly could. I was starting to get really stressed about how little time was left, so I was really just trying to stay busy. By day 72, the iron was smelted, so I got to work finishing installing the long rail line. My current plan was just to move the guy that I already had back into the nether and then transport him to the new spot at our base. Before working on that though, I once again had to make another food pit stop, and it appears as if I have stumbled onto a pork buffet. Oh my gosh, I really cannot think of a faster way to get a half stack of pork. That took like 2 seconds. Back in gas territory, I got to work trying to move this guy back through the nether portal. I honestly really did think that this would be a super easy task. After all, it wasn't hard getting him here in the first place, but it turns out that with such a confined space, getting the rails installed so he could actually move was nearly impossible. I literally spent the entire evening of day 72 trying to move this bozo with a fishing rod, furnace minecarts, before eventually getting so frustrated that I took matters into my own hands and tried to push that bozo through the portal myself. Wait, did that just work? Oh, there's the gunpowder. On day 73, I cut my losses and reconnected the railway up to the actual spawning platform. I really don't have the words to describe the sheer pain that ensued over the course of days 73 and 74 while trying to collect a new ghast. So instead, I'll just show you. Oh my god, that was so quick. We got one already. Holy frick. Nope. Oh, I'm hitting him. I was just getting caught on. Dude, what is this guy doing? Oh, he got out? No, you can't be out. Okay, 3rd time's the charm. They're just getting out the back, bro. I'm being a dingus, dude. This is dingus behavior right here. Fishing rod, attach, go behind here, pull, again, pull. No. Is he in? No, he's not. Dang it, bro. I don't know what to do. Oh, why did I get in the thing? Why did I get in there? Oh my gosh, I almost just died. There, he's in the thing, I think. Holy dude. All right, send him off. Send him off. Wait, what? No, why? Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. By day 75, I had to just take a break. 1, for my sanity, and 2, more importantly, because I had to still make sure I took time to check on the status of my other half's task. The next time that I hand the world over to them will be the very last chance they have to complete Subspace Bubble, or else we fail. So I really need to make sure there are no cracks in my plan. Unfortunately, the pink sheep in the nether was still just chilling in his pen, so I needed a more robust way to communicate with them. So I flew home and sheared all of our pink sheep for a bunch more carpets. My plan was pretty simple. Spam a crap ton more pink carpets and make it very obvious where he needs to move the pink sheep to. If the original pathway that I made last time was a little subtle tap on the shoulder of, hey buddy, move this way, this was basically me slapping him across the face and showing him exactly what I need him to do. I also added a very non-subtle arrow pointing into the fake Blackstone portal and scattered some more carpets around the stray pieces of obsidian. Okay, look, it might be a little bit overkill, but I really just need him to succeed. He is so close. And assuming he does actually succeed and bring the sheep here, I now just need a way for him to tell me that he's done. Congratulations, you have completed the task. Please hang a sacrificial lamb in the air suspended at least 20 blocks back at base to let your partner know that you are finished. The sheep thank you. Also, look, in hindsight, maybe signs were cheating, but I wasn't thinking of that at the time, so I'm sorry. I killed even more hoglins on the way home. Honestly, I kind of feel like I'm squeezing all of the life out of this world before handing it off to my partner, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so the good news is that I feel like he is really set up good to finish his task. The bad news is that I still have to get this ghast moved to here. So it's back to the nether. Day 76, we're back waiting for ghast to spawn. This is my life now. This is what I do. This is my full-time job. Okay, we got one. Surely this is the one. You know what they say, 7th time is the charm. He's moving along, bro. Bro is cooking. He's actually cooking. I think he's gonna be good. Yep. No. It's gonna work, dude. Yes, we got him. We freaking got him, dude. Feeling complete relief at finally having this ghast in what I think is the appropriate spot, I spent the rest of that evening collecting even more gunpowder, as well as getting a bunch of sand to smelt down into glass. Now that I had the ghast inside of the ghast. I really didn't see much need for this statue to be there anymore, so I spent the entirety of day 77 going through and replacing the build with glass. All right, I've officially replaced a ghast with a ghast. I don't know what this did. I don't know why I just did that, but I think it's on the right track. On day 78, I started building another ghast holding cell just on the other side of the nether portal. Okay, so based on the item frame clue that he left for me, there's still a strong part of me that thinks I need to kill 2 ghasts with the 1 arrow. Also, let's face it, the dude in the overworld could die at literally any moment, so it definitely won't hurt to have another one in place and like ready to go. Luckily, all of those failed attempts from earlier were a pretty great learning experience, so getting this guy in place was really quite simple. There was just a few things I wanted clarification on for now. Okay, so first question for whoever I'm talking to is it crossbow killing a ghast through the portal killing another ghast? Or is it simply a ghast fireballing another ghast? It's one of the two, I think. I think it's the first one, but I'm hoping we can get answers. I'm gonna also look at this spyglass from the tower, and we're gonna put the spyglass right in the center, so they know that I think I see what they're trying to tell me to do, I think. On day 79, I took a few minutes to get us completely dripped out in fresh armor trims. Let's do some gold pants. Some red boots? Sure, do some red boots. Yo, we look so freaking cool. Look at us, dude. Doesn't do anything, but it kind of boosts the morale a bit, you know? Honestly, I feel pretty good about what we did the last 10 days. Assuming I'm on the right track, which I think I am, it's very possible to actually complete this. Like, I think we might do this, bro. The last few minutes of that day were spent getting as much pork and gunpowder as I could possibly get my hands on. I think I've slaughtered every pig in a 1,000-block radius. Oh, I found one. Hang on. I found another one. Oh, wait, no, you're a child. Okay, well, you're just an orphan. Minus the orphans, I've killed all the pigs. That's pretty sad. Even though I don't actually know my other half, I really am taking pride in trying to set them up with plenty of food and rockets whenever I hand the world back off to them. It just feels like being a good human, and I don't know, I need that right now. All right, whoever's out there, I wish you the best of luck, and go ahead and bring that sheep to the sacred area, why don't you? Just follow the compass. I'll see you guys in 10 days. What? Why am I in a thing? What does this have to do with anything that's important? I'm so confused. I don't even have any ominous bottles to drink. Okay, so I spawned in right here. Okay, so what is out of the ordinary? This is all just normal stuff. Anything below here? No, it's just a way out. Do I see anything of note? Like, what could possibly be important in this screen? I don't know. No idea. Okay. I guess let's just go home. Okay. Our ghast is still here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there's clues. What is this? There's a bunch of arrows. This is important. Use the spyglass and then kill the ghast. Okay. Up. Oh, they did it. They brought the sheep. Oh my gosh, they succeeded. Dude, I think we might have to just kill the ghast. I'm confusion. There has to be, oh wait, what's here? What is this? This is an X. Oh, he wants me to stand here and then kill the ghast. If I break this, can I snipe this bozo? Yo, can I do it? Oh my gosh, are we just gonna try it? Oh my gosh. Here we go. I did it, dude. Is that it? Uneasy Alliance. I just got it. Is that all I had to do? I don't actually know if that's all I had to do, though. Wait, there's a map here. Why? What? Where is this? I didn't put this here. This was not here before. Where is this? Do I have to go find this map? Because I'm not on the map. This is a locked map. Do I just put this here? Do I just do this? Maybe I just do that. It's a bunch of red stuff. Could be anywhere. I spent the entirety of that night just flying around, searching for any signs of what that map had in place. And I couldn't find anything. It took 91 days, but I feel like I finally have like a choice in what I want to do in this world. So I guess the question now is like what do I want to do? How do I want to spend these last 9 days? Well, what is the most fun you can have in a Minecraft world in 2 hours? That's what I'm gonna try to do right now. First things first, I want to get one of these, and I think I want to go ahead and get a mace. That is my main goal right now. I hate it here. I literally hate it here. Oh, a key. Nice. Come on, baby. Show me the money. Heavy core. What? This is already looted? This has also been looted. That's so stupid. Fine, I'll take my keys and I'll go somewhere else where I'm appreciated. And pull out the old pie chart and we'll find a new trial chamber. Hello, children. I have come to save you. And by save you, I mean kill you with my sword. Brutally. Wow, emeralds. Literally just emeralds. That's freaking fascinating that I just got that. Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind. I hate these places. Why am I here? I said I wanted to have fun. What do? How do I want to remember the last 7 days? I don't know. I kind of thought I would be excited to be done, but I'm just feeling sort of lost. Just to kill the time, I ended up building a makeshift entrance into the bottom of the iceberg that supported the big watchtower thing that my other half had built. Honestly, I was just looking for something to do, so I thought maybe building would help my mind kind of calm down a little bit. Honestly, though, it really didn't help. Hey, look, if I'm gonna leave these guys in the world for all of eternity without ever logging on again, I'm gonna at least give them a friend, dude. Like, they deserve to have a family, too. I feel weirdly sentimental right now and, like, emotional. I really shouldn't care about this world. It's been nothing but confusing at best for me. Honestly, it's been a pain in my ass, but, like, I don't know. I really feel like an attachment to this place, and I'm kind of scared to leave. Oh, here we go. I see one. Oh, it's a different kind, too. Diversity. We love diversity over this way. All right, buddy. I got someone I'd like you to meet. Come this way. Come this way. Yes, a little puppy. I get to have a family, bro. Have we any kittens over this way? Gotcha. Look at you two. So freaking adorable, bro. Here, make a cute little baby while you're at it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? You seem a little lonely up here. Oh no. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, that's not at all what I meant to do. Oh, I feel really bad about this. Oh no, I was gonna give him a friend. I was gonna put another guy up there with him. I just committed a murder. Here lies the pink sheep that traveled the world. Wait, no, there's I can fix this. I know where a pink sheep is. A naturally spawning pink sheep even at that. Unless somebody disposed of him. No, he's right here. Okay, cool. I knew he would come in handy, dude. I knew it. There we go. New guy's in place. Look at that. Like it never even happened. Oh, wait. Wandering Trader showed up? What's up, dude? He has melon seeds. I'm a melon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please, please, please. Let's go. 12 melons. Do I really need a diamond hoe to farm 12 melons? Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you very much for asking. It's the first time that I've planted seeds in the world. And actually, it's actually pretty fitting. Actually kind of iconic if you think about it. All right, I bet $20 that this one is gonna grow. You see this one melon that's not hydrated right now? Watch out for him. He's a sleeper, bro. He's gonna grow. It's gonna be the first one to grow in. That's why I think it's gonna happen. This is the melon observation platform. Oh no, dude. All right, so it's officially our last day in this world, and I think I just wanted to take today and kind of just do nothing, if I'm being honest with you. I did go ahead and I added like a little bit of a pathway that connects all the way over to where we spawned into the world initially. I am just gonna wait for nighttime, and I am gonna go to sleep in the very bed where I spawned into this world. And that's it. That is where the video ends. If I was a quitter, nah, dude, it's day 100. I gotta find where that map is. I need to find where that map is, bro. Okay, you know what? I'm taking you with me. I'm just gonna fly, dude, until I see this thing. I have to find where this leads. It's gonna eat away at me if I don't find it. And this is the last chance that I have. With no real way of knowing what direction to go, I just decided to start flying north in the event that it was the right way and maybe I would stumble onto something. As far as I can tell, like from my vibes, I feel like I remember north having the most frozen ocean, so like this is, I don't know, this is just like the best odds to find it. Oh my god, wait, I'm on the map now. Oh, it is this way. Okay, so it's more north and it's more east. Holy frick, dude. I'm actually here. Wait, it's lava. Where am I going? Wait, is it up here? Maybe it's up here at the top. This could be something. Wait, there's a torch, there's a torch, there's a torch, there's a torch. Oh my gosh. Congrats, you have completed your task. Now please notify your other self to meet you atop of this mountain for a podco. What is that? Best of luck on your pending reintegration. Lumen. Oh my gosh. Frick, dude, let's go. Oh, that's so hype. Hello, can I go home? Hello?
Hello, and welcome to the Minecraft Severance Program.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Selected 100 days. One mine complete. Vacation strictly pro. Any questions? Let's get started.